Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who's dealing with some regrets. It looks like there was an opportunity to be more expressive or perhaps more focused, and they kind of missed that opportunity. So there's been some time that's passed. You are likely no contact with this person, but they're hoping that they can find some way to to catch you, I guess, before they actually lose you for good. They feel like they still have one chance, that they really need to have like this heart to heart conversation with you. But they do know that there's a chance that they will lose you. I don't know, for some of you, they may have already lost you, but let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchenta. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, Pharaoh. Hello, Key Controller. How's it going? If you would like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. If I said that too fast, it's in the description box below. And right below that, you can get additional information on my membership. There's 3 tiers, and you can get extra content like shorts or ad-free live streams. Hello, Peggy. How are you? Hello, Corey. Hello, Voyager. How we doing? All right, let's dive in. This is the Tattoo Tarot. What else do we have about this nervous person who doesn't want to lose you? Five of Swords in the reverse, a desire to make amends. 10 of Swords, recognition of accountability, or I know I should have done something differently. And this particular 10 of Swords has hands on the swords above the gentleman laying down there. So that always makes me feel like we've got some acknowledgement that I caused this problem, or I made this situation worse in terms of how I approached it. This is the acknowledgement that I could have done something better or different. I should have, I could have, I would have. And then we've got the 3 of Cups. This is about a reunion. I know I messed up. I want to make things right. I'm going to apologize. If that's, where we're at, would you consider another chance? This is like, please, pretty please, cherry on top. What else do we have? Queen of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Wands, and the World in the reverse. I do feel like there's been at least, honestly, I feel like there's been instability that this person has dealt with, but also insecurity. So they may have wondered if you are just like out of their league, if there's anything that they could do to actually feel like they deserve your love. They felt like they needed to work on themselves before they could actually pursue something serious with you. But this Ace of Wands indicates I've got an opportunity, or I feel like I have more energy, more ability to go after what I want, more confidence is leading to this, okay, it's unfinished business. All right, let's go have this conversation. Let's see, what's up. I don't want to just leave it in fantasy land or question what's really going on. Hello, Thor. How are you doing? Boot, scoot, boogie. Boot, scoot, boogie. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 7 of Wands in the reverse. I think this person's going to say I messed up and it was because I listened to somebody else's opinion, or I wasn't listening to my intuition. I didn't pay attention to the red flags, or I didn't listen to my gut. 7 of Wands in the reverse. Maybe also a little bit of it wasn't the right time. There was a lot going on. There was a lot this person needed to deal with, and maybe there was a lot on your side as well. Ace of Swords in the reverse and the 2 of Swords. Why do I feel like this is somebody who normally, they really like to be in control. They really would like to be the one who made the decision. I chose to pursue you, or I chose to walk away. This is somebody who is acknowledging that if they want another chance with you, they have to come forward. They have to be the one that starts the conversation. They have to be the one to like be a little bit vulnerable and put themselves out there. And it's going to be your choice whether or not things move forward, not theirs. So they've got like a different perspective, or they're relinquishing control, admitting that maybe the, habit of trying to control connections may have been part of their problem. 8 of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Cups, but they are really struggling with the no contact element. So Queen of Cups would be your energy regardless of what your gender is. This is, I think, a kind of like underscore of how they feel for you. They are in love with you. They feel like you are compassionate, caring, supportive. You might be the only person they feel they've ever met that never did them wrong. They put you on a little bit of a pedestal, I'm not going to lie. But not talking is driving them a little bit crazy. This is the Love Oracle. What else do we have? You ran into a wall? Oh, Lord. Okay, so we got pain, apprehensive, afraid, cautious, and abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. The fear of abandonment, right? Afraid and abandoned. The fear of abandonment means for this person that they had gotten into the habit of being the one to always walk away, being the one to always end it. They didn't want to give somebody else the opportunity to reject them or to walk away from them because that's too painful. If I think there's a chance that I'm not good enough, or if I think it's just, a matter of time before you realize that you deserve better, then I will walk away first. And why? Because we've got some third-party influence. Somebody, it could be a family member, could be a friend, could even be an ex. But this has really, it's put pressure on them to feel like they couldn't actually choose what they wanted with you. Hello, Green Cat. How are you doing? Well, that just means that you're manifesting in a new love then. What else do we have? Distance, separation, space, and blockage. Yeah, I do think there was a frustrating moment where this, what are we calling you? I don't know if we have a name for you yet. You, whoever I'm reading for, the person who is likely going to be contacted, you're the Queen of Cups. The other person, I mean, the best one so far will probably be the Queen of Wands in the reverse, because this is, at the core, there is this insecurity that caused them to move the way they did with you, right? If they had been confident in a future or in themselves, they would have acted very differently with you, because there's this knowing, right? You're different than everybody else. I feel for you a deeper connection than I have with anybody else. And I feel like they know this for sure because of this separation. For those of you going through twin flame journey, this would be the most recent separation, has been very painful. They may have gotten through separations in the past and felt like it was difficult, but they could still do it. This is much more painful than they expected, to continue to be no contact with you. And I feel like the shocking element here is I really thought that if I gave it my all, I could find a way to let go of this connection, but I really can't. The longing, craving, aching, wanting card is in the middle for a reason. This is somebody who, no matter how they try to approach it, there's still this desire for you. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? That's funny. All right, this is the Golden Lenormand. If you haven't seen it yet, I did post a short that is just the whip joke, because I know a lot of you love that. So make sure you check that out. I think I posted it like 2 hours ago or so. Hello, Nick. How are you doing? Number 22 and number 6, we've got the paths and the clouds. Yeah. They're going to make a choice and they have no idea how you're going to respond. This is similar to the Ace of Swords being in the reverse, followed by the Two of Swords in the upright. I'm going to do what I can to try to bring about a reconciliation or find another opportunity to be with you. But at the end of the day, I have to accept you're the one who has the decision. You might choose to walk away, Queen of Cups. You might not be interested in seeing this person again. But I do feel like they're going to, for many of you, they're going to show up. This number 1, Rider, R-I-D-E-R, is about somebody who might be literally visiting you in person, especially if you have them blocked. But we have the Snake. They know you're going to expect them to be dishonest. They feel like they do not have your trust. And if they were to, earn your trust, it would be remarkable. Maybe not impossible, but remarkable, right? This is the Santa Muerte. What else do we have? King of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and World in the reverse again. Yeah, this is a truth-telling conversation that somebody feels they have to have. And I do think they're going to comment on when I think about what would be like my happy place or where I would want to be in 1 year or 5 years or 10 years. It would be in a serious relationship with you, probably living with you, having a happy home, right, with you. They feel like there's still more between the two of you. And maybe they were not very quick to commit in the past. So that could be part of the reason why they fear that you might not take them seriously or believe what they have to say. We have the Magician, the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. There was a list of things this King of Swords, which would be our Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is why we don't pay attention to gender in the tarot, right? I'm reading energy, not like physicality. But the Queen of Wands in the reverse, King of Swords, this is somebody who feels comfortable speaking, but they don't always say what they're really thinking or feeling, especially when it concerns you because you make them nervous. They were looking for a very particular person, and if they didn't find that particular person, they were perfectly content to be on their own. I don't need anybody else. I'll be fine alone. And I think they got quite accustomed to being on their own. I'm not going to allow anyone into my sphere or my network or my house unless I feel like I can trust them. And this person had a very small social circle. And quite frankly, I think they pretty much expected that you would disappoint them. Some of the time that you were getting to know this person, they were captivated and curious, but they were also fairly certain they were going to find something they didn't like about you so they could keep it moving. What did they never find? Something about you they don't like. That might be overly generous. We all have flaws, right? But they might have fallen in love with you more because of the flaws as opposed to finding like a serious character flaw, like someone who's not genuine or honest, right? They really do care about you, and there's layers to it, right? Knight of Cups in the reverse, Four of Swords, and the Five of Cups in the reverse. I don't have time to waste I don't want to sit around and pretend that I'm happy with what's going on right now. This person has been working on healing. In particular, I feel like there's been physical and emotional healing that they've needed to deal with. So if you knew this person was not very good at going to the doctor or dealing with, aches and pains, this is someone who's taking that more seriously. They may be more dedicated to fitness. They may be, discovered a new way to deal with pain. Maybe they're doing yoga because of back pain. There's a shift here towards trying to plan for the future, whereas maybe previously they were just kind of like, whatever, but they miss you. They don't know what you're going to do. They don't know how you're going to respond to what has changed since you last spoke to them or saw them. I think part of it is they want to be in person to actually see your facial reaction. So 9 of Cups in the reverse and the 9 of Swords in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody who is showing up to show you that they've addressed everything they didn't like about themselves or anything they thought maybe you wouldn't like about them. It's like, duh, I did what I needed to do. What do you think now? Purple rain. I dig it. Hello, Selena. How are you doing? Let's get a few from the Noisy Tarot. What else? Knight of Cups in the upright, clarifying the Knight of Cups in the reverse. 7 of Wands in the same column as the 7 of Wands in the reverse. Correction of the path, and the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. I see now what I did wrong. I see that I approached it unfairly, or I see that I was being disrespectful. I know I should have treated you better, or I should have acknowledged that some things, they weren't worth it. I feel like they should have sacrificed something back then and they didn't. And now they're going to be coming back around to let you know, I did that thing that I was supposed to. I'm not friends with that person anymore, or I'm not working for that company anymore, or I'm not dating that person. There's a big change that they have made, and it has to do with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody who could have been very materialistic or very invested in the wrong things, right? But we have this King of Wands energy, 6 of Cups. I'm doing what I need to, making changes that I need to because I miss the person that I love. The 6 of Cups is the connection they feel with you. And for many of you, this is someone who has questioned whether you have been together in another life, because there is an element of, I just don't understand how this connection can be so strong. This is not how they felt for anybody else before. So we've got High Priestess and Judgment in the reverse. I saw your mysterious energy, Queen of Cups, and I misread it. I thought it was you being sneaky. I thought it was you lying or hiding things from me. But now that I know more, or now that I can look back on the situation and I have, a clear understanding of what was going on, I can see that you just keep to yourself, or you don't tell everybody your business, or you're smart for not telling people, or they see you as wise as opposed to shady. 2 of Pentacles, Strength in the reverse. And this King of Pentacles, whoever in the reverse, whoever was telling the King of Wands that you couldn't be trusted, it turns out they're the one that couldn't be trusted. Hanged Man in the reverse. I was too comfortable listening to my best friend, or too comfortable listening to this, brother, sister, whoever, to acknowledge that maybe they were wrong about you, that maybe you were actually who you said you were. And now I see that the King of Pentacles in the reverse wanted me to see you as not good enough for other reasons. I do feel like there's a large variety in terms of why this King of Pentacles in the reverse wanted to trash you or spread rumors about you or convince this King of Wands to not pursue you. But primarily it would be something to do with jealousy, or I don't want to lose that time with my best friend, or, you know, that like I hate everybody of this gender kind of thing. Knight of Pentacles, time has passed. King of Wands sees what's really going on, doesn't believe the King of Pentacles in the reverse anymore, may even be letting go of that friendship or wanting to distance themselves from this person. This is the situations deck. Hey, David, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. What else do we have? Escapade, vacation, hideaway, adventure. I think this person's taking a trip to come see you. They feel like they don't have a lot of time. Yeah, today. They feel like they don't have a lot of time before they will really lose you, and they need to communicate with you, have this heart-to-heart conversation, tell you that they take accountability, make a genuine apology, and then demonstrate they've changed behavior, or ask if you would give them the opportunity to show that they have changed. So I do think they know, like, I can't just tell you like, ta-da, I'm done, I'm different. That there's probably more of a need to like see how things go, right? But this is somebody who has been letting go of the negative energy that has been holding them back. Does that mean it's all gone? Probably not. But I do think they've made a lot of progress. Realization, there's something that made them feel like they have to go now. For some of you, this is, I want to reach this person for a specific date. Now, this could be, this is the 1-year anniversary of when I last spoke to you or saw you. This could be, I know your birthday is coming up next week and I want to take you out for your birthday. This could be, I'm taking time off from work for my own birthday or just for funsies. The only person I want to spend that time with is you. There's something here about a date, a specific timeline. I need to make sure that I speak with you before then. Settlement, agreement, compromise, desire, lust, sexual chemistry. They're worried there's somebody else that you're interested in. They feel like you're going to settle for somebody else. This is interesting because at the outset, this person was lacking confidence. They didn't know if you would really choose them, so they ran away. At this point now, they feel much more confident about themselves and much more confident about your connection. It's kind of like, if I don't hurry up, you're going to end up like trying to date somebody who like can't compare. Like, I know you want me. So I do feel like they've worked on themselves. I'm not going to go ahead and say that that comes across as like an ego issue. I think it's good that we have somebody dealing with insecurity and they do have confidence in your connection. Ah, interesting. Hello, Laura. How are you? All right. Let's get a few from... This is the Gypsy Oracle. And then since Co-Create says we got a little bit of audio issues, I'll probably just end this one a little bit early and then have a longer one for the next live stream. Wife. Priest. House. This person would like to get married. This person would like to be in a committed relationship. This person would like to be in, like, living with you. They want a life with you. For some of you, that could include they want to have children with you. Letter, frivolity, and lover. Ooh, and sweetheart. That's the Queen of Cups energy. Honestly, this is somebody who is getting some sort of notification or a reminder. It's related to this like calendar date. I want to make sure that I talk to you before this date, or I want to make sure that I can see you on this date. If I'm going to go celebrate my birthday, you're the one I want. This person is going to make an overture, a like grand gesture to make sure you know how they feel, because they did not do a very good job of it before. And they want to make sure that you know what they really want is a serious relationship. This is the Gilded Reverie. Hello, daughter of Saturn. How are you doing? Thank you, Pharaoh. We've got time, or the clock, number 37. We've got the lilies, number 30, and 29, the woman without a shirt. If I don't hurry up and make peace with this person that I'm in love with, there's a decent chance that they're going to get interest from another person. I'm just gonna hide the boobie. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying not to get in trouble, you know? It's just like a fake boob anyways. Chill. Yeah, no, this is somebody who's like, I know you are attractive. I know people want to be with you. It's not just me. And therefore, if I don't hurry up and express my interest or make my move, then there's a decent chance that I'm not going to have another chance with you. Thank you, Pharaoh. What else do we have? Fear of loss. Fear of loss keeps you from loving. Caught in a compromising position. I think this is somebody who feels like there is another person who's very interested in you, and this is motivating them to make a move, to, I think, like, show up. Some of you are going to get an unexpected visitor. And if you're not into that, you don't have to answer the door. You can just leave the candy out on the front porch. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and thank you to my members. Toodles.